Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Carmen and I'm the knitwear designer behind New Leaf Designs. Today I actually don't have any knitting or crochet for you, but I have a upcoming sewing project. But before I get into the sewing, I wanted to dye the fabric. So here's the before, this is the after, or it's still in process. I think I want to modify it some more. So we had some old bed linen that we just did not like, and it was a little bit too small for our duvet, so the duvet was always sticking out. So so I ripped it at the seams. So I have two big squares of 2 by 2 meters, and I thought, this is lovely linen fabric, I want a dress out of it. So it was this light green first, and so I dyed it with madder root. I ordered it from Germany, so it says Kapwurzel. And I just took 1.5 cups, but it was like a rice measuring cup, so I'm not sure if that's completely the same as you know, standard measuring cups. But madder root is really just, you know, pieces of root. It's like little woody bits, and they create a lovely red color. And usually, or theoretically, you get the best, the most vibrant color at 20%, which means that if you are dyeing 100 grams of fabric or yarn, you need 20 grams of madder. That's a lot. I'm sure I did not use 20% for this. I haven't weighed this at all, so it's very much yeah, try and see. That's very much my method, but I really like the fabric so far. I dyed it in a big aluminum pot, but still, you know, I had to really squish the fabric in there. So there are some spots where the color has not taken very well because it was very folded there, and then other spots where it is very vibrant. And although this is a lovely color, this is not a color for me because it will make me look very pale. This is not my color for a dress, so I want to modify it, and I have two modifiers here. I have iron and I have wood ash. I'm going to cut off 2 little squares of fabric and test it out to see which modifier I like best. The iron will, they often say it saddens the color, so it will kind of, you know, it will take the vibrancy out of it, so it will make it more brown, and I'm really hoping for like a rusty red brown because that usually looks really good on me. The wood ash usually makes it more vibrant, so it could make it more popping red, or maybe even pink. So we will see, but yeah, I don't want to take the plunge all at once, so I'm going to cut off some fabric, and I think I'm going to cut off enough of a square so that I can then also do something with that square once, you know, I'm finished with it. Maybe I can add it to a blanket or a back project. And if everything goes wrong, I still have this whole piece to do it again, so I might add more madder next time to make it more red. So we will see, but first, some experiments. again. I'm on a different chair today. And why am I saying that? Because this one creaks a lot. So, and it's because Momo stole my office chair. So, yeah, everything for the cat, right? So, I already dyed all of the fabric and I already finished the sewing project, but I'll just backtrack a little bit. So you saw me putting in 2 squares of fabric and then add a modifier. And to this one, I added the wood ash, and it has turned this lovely pink. And to this one, I added the iron, and this one was not what I expected. Although, you know, maybe I was a little bit too hopeful in my expectations, because it did do what iron usually does. It saddens the color, so it took the vibrancy out of it. But I didn't expect how that it wasn't going to make it darker. And it made it a little bit more yellow, which yeah, I don't really like. So, and yeah, it would still make me very pale. This one I thought would be a better match, so I went ahead and dyed the fabric. I modified it with wood ash, and I think it's really nice. This is still the fabric that I have left over after sewing a dress. I'll show you the dress in all the details. But I think, because to start, I ripped the seams of the bed sheet. So this is just one side of the bed sheet, and I still have exactly the same amount of fabric. And what I think I will do is also dye that with madder. Maybe add a little bit more madder, and then add some acorns in that as well. Because if you dye a fabric or a yarn with acorns, I always struggle with pronouncing that word, but yeah. If you dye it with acorns, then it becomes this kind of caramel, sandy color brown. And if you then add iron to it, it becomes medium to dark gray. And I think if you know, if I want to make it darker, then maybe the madder and then the gray from the acorns, that will perhaps get the sort of moody orange brown that I'm looking for. So I think I want to try that with the light green fabric that I still have left. So yeah, so after adding the wood ash, I got this lovely pink, and still this would make me very pale. I have a little bit of a tan right now, so it's looking pretty good actually. But I wonder how this will look on me if I'm pale again. But let's take a look at the dress. I am very, very happy with this dress. It's a proper dress. I will put it on in just a second. It has sleeves and everything, and I did everything without an overlocker. And it was great because I followed a tutorial. So it's a YouTube tutorial, and it's by, oh, I clicked away from it. So it's by Ella Harp. So E-L-L-A Harp, H-A-R-P. And she has lots of music actually, but she has this one sewing tutorial that is sewing an unfussy linen dress, and she has a free download too. So it's the paper pattern of this dress, and I don't have a printer, so I kind of eyeballed it. and yeah, she doesn't use an overlocker, so I learned how to do flat fell seams, which is this one. That's a flat fell seam. That's the right side, and then this is the wrong side. And I did that as well on the shoulders, but I did it the wrong side up by accident, so I have the wrong side here on the actual outside. But I think it still looks very nice. It looks like nice from both sides. So I learned how to do a flat fell seam and how to do a French seam, which I have in the front here. So from the front it looks like this, and then in the back you have this, and it's really, really interesting. And yeah, I just really like to learn how to do these type of seams without having an overlocker, and yeah, it's been really great. And I learned how to do a gather. And this to me feels like, oh my god, I'm a wizard. It just, wow. I did make a little mistake here, because you can still see a little bit of the gather thread poking out right there. And that's just because I, didn't know yet how it was gonna look, so I did it right on the back of the dress. And then this is the inside of the gather. So you sew it together to the top, and then you have this little fabric little piece that you fold over the gather, so there's absolutely no raw edges on the inside or outside. I've added pockets. The hem is very broad like that, and Ella did that too in the video, and she said it really, if you have a really wide hem, then that gives more weight to the bottom, to the hem, and it stays down. If you want a floaty dress, then you don't want as big of a hem like that. And I had a little bit of a boo-boo here. But on the other side, it was great. The only thing that I'm not too happy about, and that is totally my fault, is that for the neckline, it kind of stands open like that. And that is because I sewed the seam very close to the edge. And I did that because I had ripped some fabric here by accident with the seam ripper. I was ripping the seam and then just ripped the fabric. And I wanted to, if I hadn't ripped that, I could use a larger bit for the seam. So yeah, so I should have done that better, but I think it's fine. So I'm still happy with it. It's just the one thing that I could have done better. And I'm probably going to have to reinforce this a little bit because it's already pulling a bit apart. But I figured, I really like mending stuff. So if it frays, or if it, if I don't like it, I might as well embroider something on it. And for these sleeves, I wish I had kind of turned in this corner. But since I'm folding the sleeve twice, you don't see that anymore. So yeah, I am very happy with this. Yeah, I am flabbergasted that I did this. And now I'm gonna put it on for you. Look at this. pockets. I love the, you know, the hand-dyed look. I mean, it is hand-dyed, so it's not just a look, but I love the subtle differences. The only thing that I could have done better is that there is this white spot right here. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Eee, it's a dress! I can't believe it. I'm gonna make so many more gather things now. Ta-da! So yeah, very, very happy with this. I can't wait to make more. I think for another one, I might leave the sleeves off. Can you see, like, the seam is here? So if I would leave this part off, I would still have a t-shirt dress, which I would really like. And in the tutorial video, Ella makes one which has a faux button band. So you have a strip of fabric here with buttons sewn on it, but it can't actually open. And I thought that was really, really cute, and you don't need to sew any buttonholes. So even though my machine has a function for that, so I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard, but I just love that, you know. Yeah, so very happy with it. I will do much more, and yeah, I'm totally obsessed. This morning I already sat down to finish 2 of my previous sewing projects. So I had one t-shirt that I had made, but the hem kept flipping up, and now that I look at it, you know, with all raw edges on the inside, I'm like, why did I do this? So I'm already seeing progress in my sewing projects, and that's really nice. So yeah, if you're a sewing newbie like me, then I'll link the video down below and you can give it a try. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!